I'm picking up right where I left off, and we're gonna get working on the antique booth today. I know I ditched you after like 6 months, but you still could have told me. Bad YouTuber. Hopefully it'll look really pretty and I won't regret everything. I mean, stunning. Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm picking up right where I left off, so you guys now know about the things that I have been working on and my little projects. So if you missed that, you can watch it in the last video. I'll leave it linked for you. But you know, one of them is the antique booth, and so I'm picking up right where I left off, and we're gonna get working on the antique booth today and prepping because I'm hoping to move in this weekend. So I spent last night making more of my vintage candles. If you remember from the candle collection, I made some more vintage candles, and the big thing, the big goal for today is actually painting the booth. I'm actually allowed to paint. Isn't that amazing? So I want to get the booth painted so that way it's like dry and ready to move in this weekend. So to do that, I gotta go get the paint. I don't have the paint. So I'm actually thinking for the booth, and you guys may hate it and you may love it, like a dark brown color, maybe something similar or darker, more bronzy to my sweatshirt here. I think that it's just gonna make all of the brass and the wood tones and the leathers and like the textures look so amazing. And can you imagine like at Christmas time, the reds and the greens like kind of popping off of it? I think it's just gonna look so rich, but I think brown's a hard color to nail. So we're gonna go see if we can find the perfect tone of brown and also see if I can get this booth painted today. Okay, I just got to Walmart. I'm gonna try here first because there are a couple of other things that I need to get for the booth. I need to get screws because the owner told me that the walls, the nails basically bounce right off of it. So I need to get some screws and maybe like an electric screwdriver just to make things easier. Pens, because I have an idea and I need some like, disposable is not the right word, but you know what I mean, like some cheap pens that it's okay if they get lost or go on adventures with people. So I need to get some of those. I'm gonna look at the paint. To be honest with you, like I kind of just want to pick a really pretty paint color, and I know that Lowe's can do that better. But if I find something that works here, that's fine. But I have a feeling we're gonna be packing it up to Lowe's, which is what I want to do. But I'm quickly, you know, my invisible watch, I'm quickly losing daylight, and I've got to get this booth painted today. So I probably just need to get a move on. Instead of just sitting there talking about it. Okay, but who was gonna tell me that Walmart had these adorable pictures? I mean, that's stunning. I know I ditched you after like 6 months, but you still could have told me. I got most of what I needed. The only thing I didn't get was screws because I kind of want to look at them. I don't really know what type I'm going for. I kind of just know it when I see it, and they had so many people in that aisle, I was like, forget about it. But I think I managed to get everything else, light bulbs, pens. I got some stuff to like a paint kit because I just find that they're cheaper than buying it individually. And I'm excited because I did wind up getting my little tool. I used it as an excuse to get it, and this is actually not the one that I was going for. There's one that looks like a little baby squirt gun, and it looks like it'd be very convenient to use, and that's what I wanted. But when I looked at them side by side, not only was this one $5 cheaper, but that one kind of looks like it's basically just an electronic version of a screwdriver, where this one is almost like a miniature driver. So it's supposed to have the power to actually drive screws like into the wall, which is what I need it for. And this one has reverse, and the other one did not say it had reverse. It might, but it didn't say it did. So I just went with this one, and it was $5 cheaper. Not as cute though, but I am excited to add another tool to my toolkit. And my friend Abby loves Hart tools, and I'm low-key like trying to grow my collection, and I'm pretty sure this is my first little one, so I'm excited about it. Now, I did look at the paint, and they had one color that I thought was like okay, but they didn't have anyone there to mix it, so to Lowe's we go. Okay, it's toasty, so you're gonna hear my AC, but I got the paint color. I wound up going with the Sherwin-Williams Otter. I just think it's gonna be really pretty, and I was kind of testing it in the shade or like a darker area, and I was testing it like in the light, and it kind of has some warmer undertones, and the other one that I was looking at had like some green undertones that I think would ultimately clash with a lot of like furniture in the future. I don't know. I just think this one's really pretty. This is definitely got like that same look as my sweatshirt in my mind. Yeah, it's kind of that rich bronzy brown without being gray. And there was one more that I looked at, I didn't pick it up because it was just automatically too gray, but that's why I didn't pick it up. It's because sometimes browns can go that way, and I definitely don't want that. So I think this is our winner, and hopefully it won't be too dark. Hopefully it'll look really pretty, and I won't regret everything. Yeah, the day's half gone, so it's time to zoom back, pack up my stuff in a bag, and head over there and hopefully get this thing painted fairly quickly. I mean, it's only an 8x12 space, and honestly, I don't even think it's actually 8x12. I think it's actually a little smaller than that. So I'm hoping it doesn't take me too long, but we all know it always takes longer than you think it will. So anyway, let's get going. All right, I made it home. I started packing up my like paint bag that I'm gonna take with me to the antique booth, but I just feel like the day got away from me, and I'm wondering if maybe I should just wait till tomorrow and just like get it done really early. I don't know. There's just so much to do, and I'm just like running out of time and days. But I'm seriously considering just fresh start tomorrow. It just feels like such a big new task. Do you know what I mean? Like when you've been running around, it just feels like a huge switch of gears, and I know it won't take me that long to actually paint it, or at least I hope it won't take me that long to actually paint it, but I just feel like the idea of starting a new room painting project just feels like a lot to start in the middle of the day. So I think I'm gonna try to prep some other things and then just head over there in the morning to paint. Okay, it's the next day, and I'm getting ready to head out and go over to my booth and get it painted because I have run out of time officially. My sister's coming tonight in order to help me move in tomorrow. My mom's coming tomorrow morning, and I still have to pull all the inventory and price it and put it in the system and all of that. But the booth has to get painted tonight, or not tonight, but like today, so it can dry tonight, so we can put things in there tomorrow. So yeah, hopefully the paint color looks great, but I'm gonna go try to knock this out really fast, like as fast as I possibly can, and hopefully it doesn't take too long. Hopefully the color's great, and yeah, and hopefully it dries by tomorrow. That's the kicker. What do we think of the color? Okay, I'm like sweating to death already, but I wanted to show you the difference of this brown when it dries versus when it goes on fresh. So you can see it dries like a little darker and a little bit cooler toned, and that's what I'm going for. So I think it's gonna be good. That took me 3.5 hours. This OSB just absorbs paint, but I love the color. I'm a hot mess. I'm gonna clean up, get out of here, and go take a shower. Good morning. Today we are on our way to an estate sale and we're hoping to find some furniture for the antique booth because yesterday was a whirlwind. We were trying to move stuff in and work through inventory, and we basically got the big pieces of furniture that we already had into the booth. And then we came back to the house and our plan was to just work through the little inventory. And before we could even get home from dropping off the big furniture, the iron coat rack that I showed you guys already sold. So like I didn't even get a picture or anything to show you guys in the booth. So I'm kind of sad, but like that's amazing. So we've got a majority of the little stuff like in inventory and ready to go to the booth. So if we have time today, we'll probably go try to set up and style some of the smaller stuff. But the big thing is, after seeing the smaller stuff, we know we're going to need a couple more larger or medium-sized pieces in order to actually style some of the smaller stuff and like give it a place to sit inside the booth. So that's kind of the goal for today, and we'll see what we can find along the way. I know, it's just so torn up.
I see that, yeah, so.
Okay, so to be completely honest, it's been weeks since what you just saw. I did manage to go and get most of the booth set up that day. I didn't film it though. Bad YouTuber. So I brought in a bunch of the buckets, and honestly I have a pretty small booth. So they were kind of sitting on the floor and there wasn't really anywhere to set up a camera. And I was like, you know what, let me just get some of this cleared out and out of the way, and then I'll film. Hours later, I start running out of time because the antique mall is going to close, and I was like, I just got to get this stuff. Like, I can't film. Like, I have to be very quick here because otherwise I'm going to wind up loading everything that doesn't have a home in the booth. It's going to get loaded back up into my car, and I didn't want to do that. So I was just like racing against time, basically. So all of that to say, I'm very sorry I did not film setting up the booth. However, I did get some final shots of the booth. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and it's really exciting to finally share with you how it turned out. I really was kind of gambling on the paint color, but it's perfect. It's so good, and so I'm so glad that I took that chance and painted it dark in there. I obviously kind of went for like a library lounge theme because that's the inventory that I had. I knew with the furniture I had and the decor that I had that I could really set it up to kind of feel that way. The ironic part though is that there's no books in there right now. I've just not gotten through my books. I need to go through those and price those and get them into the inventory system, but right now it's like a fall library lounge, and I love it, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So, like I said, it has been weeks since then, and long story short, I got really sick the day after I finished setting up the booth. I have no idea what I was sick with, but all I know is that I had zero energy, zero appetite, and felt like trash for 2.5 weeks. By the time I finally felt better, I was so behind on life, it took me another 1.5 weeks to catch up, and now here we are. Have not checked on my booth at all since I first set it up. So I really need to get in there and check on it. But also, it's now basically time for the holidays. So honestly, I'll probably be doing a complete overhaul of the booth either like this coming week or the week after. So like in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be doing a full rehaul. So I've already waited this long. I feel like I'll just wait and do the complete overhaul. So that's exciting. So you may be wondering what this is. While I was sick for the past couple weeks, I definitely was still thinking about the booth, and so I ordered some things for it that were kind of missing, and so I thought we could unbox it together because it literally just showed up today. So one of the things that I was missing was a rug. The booth is kind of long and narrow. I didn't know what size to do for it because I just felt like any size rectangle would be really awkward. So I finally found a round rug, and I think that might work really well. The other thing, and this was my biggest priority, was it was so hot in the booth. Not inside the antique mall. The antique mall's fine. But standing in that booth, I'd been so miserable when I was painting. I brought my husband's box fan, and that helped so much. And I was like, I never want anyone that's shopping my booth to feel that miserable. So I decided to get a little fan to go in there, and I wanted it to look like it blended in. So I got this like retro looking desk fan, and it had super good reviews, but it kind of looks retro, kind of looks vintage, but it apparently works really, really well, and it was actually really cheap. In fact, I'm pretty sure it was like 30 bucks. And so I was like, that's amazing. And the reviews were saying that it puts out some air. So I'm really, really hoping that it will provide enough like airflow in the booth to keep everybody comfortable so they can shop as long as they want. But here it is. I think it's precious. I will say it looked really good in photos. In person, it's definitely more plastic looking, but I mean, for $30, and if it works well, at least it's not gonna stick out like a sore thumb inside the booth. Like, it's gonna go really well with everything. And again, $30, but just so you know, if you go shopping in the booth, you're gonna see a much higher price tag on this, because I don't believe in not for sales. That's the most frustrating thing to me. Total side tangent. I hate when I'm shopping in an antique mall and I find something and it says not for sale. And that's like my biggest pet peeve, because you got my hopes up. So anything that I don't want to sell, and just so you know, if you ever find like a really outrageous price in my booth, that's essentially my not for sale sign, except I want to give someone the option to buy it. You know, what's it worth to you? But there's always a price. Otherwise, I wouldn't put it in the booth. That's just how I feel about it. So anyway, with this, obviously I bought it to have in the booth, but should someone want to buy it, I need to be able to replace it. So anyway, if you want one, don't buy it out of the booth. Just, I'll leave the link for you. It's only 30 bucks on Amazon. If you see it in my booth, it's probably gonna be a lot more than that. So that's your heads up as an insider. But I think it's really cute. I kind of want to see how it works. Like, I want to see how well it flows here. Okay, let's try this out here. I mean, that puts out some air. Does that help at all? Well, I am very happy with that. I think that that will keep the booth more than comfortable, because it, like I said, I don't think it's so much a temperature issue in there as it is an airflow thing. Like, I think if you're in there a long period of time with those two booth walls, I just think that the airflow is not great. So hopefully this solves that problem in a way that doesn't take away from the booth at all. I kind of expected my rug to be rolled up, but I think it may be folded. It is. It is folded. Okay, I kind of want to see the color in person. I went for brown, obviously, because the walls are brown. Again, I wanted something sort of cheap that just looked good in the booth, because I just felt like it just needed that atmosphere. I know a lot of people will find like vintage rugs. They're really hard to find, and they're very hard to find for a very good price that I could actually put in there and not charge a fortune in order to just like clear my profit. So to be honest with you, this felt like the better way to go. It's definitely like printed, but it's also very soft. I mean, I don't know how it'll hold up in the booth, but again, it was really, really inexpensive. It's a 6-foot round. It was only $41.85 is what it's saying through here. So $40 for this round one. Obviously, if you want it in different sizes, they have it in different sizes. The larger the size, the more expensive it is, but still really, really affordable. So again, I'll leave this link for you, because if you see it in the booth, again, I'm going to have like a way bigger price tag, because I don't actually want people to buy it and take it out of the booth. Like, I bought it for the booth. So if you want it, just grab it yourself off of Amazon, because it'll be much cheaper. But I think it's really pretty. Yeah, like I'm quite happy with this. It's pretty thin, but like not too thin. It definitely has like the rubber rug back. So I think this will work really well in the booth, and I'm really, really glad that I went for that. I got these paint touch-up pens because I thought it would be really helpful for the booth to put the paint color inside one of these. And then anytime that I move screws around or like rehang up artwork, I can just touch up the wall if it like looks ragged or whatnot. So I thought that that would be like useful to have. Oh, one more thing I gotta show you. I just went earlier today and picked up a Facebook Marketplace find. It's another coat rack in order to replace the one that sold within 30 minutes of putting a price tag on it in the booth. So I got another coat rack. Honestly, it's not as pretty as that first one. That first one was just like, I mean, stunning. But this one is very pretty, and I am excited to have it in the booth. So I did go pick that up today, and I don't know if it's going to be in the booth for the Christmas holidays. It'll depend on what I can fit in there, but it definitely will be coming at some point in time. So yeah, anyway, that is, I'm pretty sure, the updates for the past couple of weeks. And I know that this video is kind of chaotic and a lot of like show and tell instead of hanging out, but I'm feeling much better. Definitely like back to normal. And not to spoil the fun, but my mom is actually coming back into town again this weekend, and me and her are gonna go thrifting and to a couple of estate sales and things like that. So be looking out for that in the next video. We'll definitely have some more, hopefully some really good thrift finds and things like that. So I'm so sorry for making you wait so long for this video. Like I said, I got sick and it would not go away, y'all. I was so frustrated because then you start feeling just better enough to be upset that you're on the couch, you know what I mean? And yeah, so I was like that for like 2 weeks, and I was just so frustrated. I was like, I just want to hang out with my people again. And so anyway, I hope you'll forgive me, and I hope you're as excited about the way that the booth turned out. If you have not gotten to shop it yet and you're local to the like Columbia, Chapin, South Carolina area, I will leave the address for you below. I guess I probably need to find a way to like film where the booth is in that mall, but honestly, what am I talking about? You're my people. You're going through the whole mall because you would do what I would do. You're going through the whole mall. Anyway, yeah, so if you haven't gotten to check it out, definitely go check it out. And yeah, we're gonna be thrifting and working on the holidays coming up, so make sure that you're subscribed if you haven't already, and I will see you very soon in the next video, as long as I don't get sick again. Bye guys.